Lie down. Daisy, you gotta lie down. Good girl. Oh, bless you. Bless you. Hey, welcome to Arty Fabrics. I'm Rose, and this is my channel for all things art, crafts, and of course, creative. Before we jump into this video, let me tell you a little bit about myself. I am 22. I recently graduated with an arts degree. I'm Canadian. I live out in the country. And I got 2 dogs, a cat, and one of them is right here. Hey baby, what you doing? This is my studio. If you missed it, go check out my last video because that is my entire studio makeover, and it took me 2 months to complete. But we're gonna have some fun, and let's get started with today's video. For this video, I'm gonna be testing out some new pencils, markers. This is a kit that normally would cost at least $30, but I managed to get this for $5. So I'm really excited to check this out, test it out, and then I have this giant sketchbook. Oops. Okay. This is my giant sketchbook. As you can see, it is actually giant. It's also very heavy. Now, I've had this for 3 years, and this was my school sketchbook. I never really used it that much because I really enjoy just throwing paint straight on the canvas, as you can tell from that painting right there. But I would love to finish this sketchbook. So we're gonna test out these pencils, and I'm gonna see how many pages I can fill up in this sketchbook today. One day, not 24 hours, but maybe 8. And we'll try and fill this up. Now, this sketchbook has probably a good 100 pages that are just completely blank. So let's get started. Alrighty, now we're gonna start this off by doing some swatching. Now, if you don't know what a swatching is, I'm gonna give you an example right here. Now, what you do is you will take your pencil. I think I'm gonna start with the pastels. So beautiful pastel, and you're gonna go really, really soft, and then you're gonna start pushing a little bit harder. And that's it. And then you move on to the next one. And it's just going to give you an idea on how the pencil works, how it moves, what the colors are once it's on paper. Just a nice little easy and then slightly harder. And that will just be your swatch. This room is very hot. Alright, now we got all our swatching done. Let's test out these colors a little bit. So I want to do some blending, and I'm going to do this in 3 different ways. And again, I'll show that up on here. So the first way is I want to test out the blending of single colors. Then I want to see how they blend together. And then I want to try some complementary colors. Now, if you don't know what complementary are, there's the primary, the secondary, and of course there's complementary colors. Now, a complementary color will be something like... One second, because I gotta double check this. I'm right. So if you're interested in color theory at all, which is, of course, primary, secondary, and complementary colors, let me know in the comments and I will make a little video about it. But yeah, I want to see how the complementary colors will blend with these color pencils. So let's jump into that. So I will say the graphite pencil wasn't as smooth as other graphite that I've used before, but I think for beginners it did a pretty good job, but I would not recommend for professionals or if you want a better look. However, the pastel was surprisingly smooth at blending, especially with itself. I got a nice little color gradient just using that one color. I really love the shadow going across as the ring as well. The basic color wasn't as smooth, but that might have just been the pencil itself. But it didn't have as smooth of a blend and a difference in color as I would have preferred, like with the pastel. But honestly not bad considering it's my first time using colored pencils in a few years. Blending with different colors, I did try and stay within the same color realm, so blues and purples together. It wasn't bad, but they didn't layer very well, so I wasn't able to get as smooth of transition as I was hoping. But that could also just be my skill level. But overall, I did like the look. I just wish it had blended a little bit more. For the basic colors, I think it was pretty similar. I tried to stay light to get a better blend compared to what I did with the pastel colors, but it still wasn't blending as nicely as I would have preferred. Next, for the complementary pastels, this was my own fault. I did not blend this well when I was doing it in a sphere. That was my own fault. I did go back and do it again where it was a gradient instead, which I thought the gradient blended very nicely. I just didn't do a good job in the sphere. But I did like how the complementary colors blended compared to the same realm of colors. The same with the basic colors. Those ones did not blend very well when I did the sphere, but I did like how they did it in the gradient. But again, they weren't as smooth as the pastel colors. Since I tested out all the colored pencils, I decided I should try out the markers as well. I haven't used markers in years, probably way longer than I've used colored pencils. So I'm not totally sure how to use them in a way that,
you know, actually create something other than just coloring it in. But I did try to get a little bit of a blended effect following a reference photo that I took. In case you cannot tell, it is a dragonfly. Not a very good one, but it is a dragonfly. I tried to, you know, have like a nice blending without actually touching the colors together, because again, I'm not quite sure how to do that. But I think it came out pretty nice, and I love how the felt tips work and the vibrancy of the color. Alright, now that we've tested out these colors, let's get filling the sketchbook. Now, I'm not totally sure what I want to draw, so I decided to go on a little adventure and take some photos around my house to use as references.
Alright, so we are back. I've got some photos all over my iPad of just some little things around my house that are fun and colorful, pretty. And those are what we'll be using to do some drawings. I am somebody who needs a reference photo to draw anything, which is not a bad thing, because I was very much encouraged and taught to use reference photos while in art school. So if you don't know what to draw or you don't know how to draw it, it's not a bad thing to go look for photos or go get a physical thing to put in front of you to draw. I know that there's some people who may think it's cheating. It's not. So many amazing artworks were based on references from real life. So you need a reference, go get your reference. Don't listen to anyone who tells you it's cheating or anything otherwise. I love using photos of things from my own real life, so I'm really excited to get started. Let's see how many pages I can fill up. We got 8 hours. Well, actually no, I feel like now we have about 7 hours. Let's get started. Hello.
Hi. Hello there. Oh my goodness.
And that is all for this video. I hope you enjoyed. I apologize for my squeaky chair. Make sure you like, subscribe, and hit that little bell because we have some new videos coming up. It's almost time to go back to school, which I'm really excited about because I am still in school. And I can't wait to show y'all all the different back to school crafts and accessories, little customized keychains and fidget rings, custom pencils and notebooks. It's gonna be so much fun. I'm gonna have 2 different back to school videos, so if you wanted to see those, make sure to subscribe and hit that bell, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!